What's going on, guys? Killer6 back with another legendary item guide for you, and this time we're going to take a look at the Rippa Roadbirds up here in Carcadia inside of the ruined Sumplands district. So they are right here. They're one of the drill sites, and they're just a little bit north of Judgment's Lapse, the silo right here that you can see that I'm at. Now the best way to get to them, there's two different ways. Obviously you can go out the front part of this thing, grab your grapple and fly up there, but the fastest way is just to go out the back of this silo, grab your motor scooter, and then you're just going to drive across here, and you can ignore all these enemies, and then when you come around this corner you will be at the drill site. You can tell by all these flags here. Now you can kill all these enemies out here if you want. The main thing is you want to trigger your save station here. If this is your first time, you won't have the Moxie's Encore, but if you've been here before, make sure you hit that Encore, make sure you get your ammo, then drop in. Now a couple things to know about this fight. Number one, this is one of my favorite drill sites in the entire game. I love this drill site. I love the loot that these guys have. And another cool thing is, if you're having trouble with this drill site, you can actually grab a car in here and you can jump out of your car and fight the enemies from up here. Now that of course means that you'd probably want to have cleared all these guys up here too, but it's just a little tactic there for you if you want to use that. Now if you don't want to do the car thing, there's another way to get out of here too. You can literally, let me kill this guy, you can literally get on this platform, jump, and then jump again. Well, I didn't quite nail that. It's harder when you have enemies shooting at you, but you can jump and jump again and then get right out of the arena that way too. So a couple of different ways you can get back out of here while this stays active. You don't lose your progress on this thing if you do jump back out of there that way. Now if you die, you lose your progress, so make sure you don't die. That's my main advice for this fight. In terms of fighting the Rippa Roadbirds themselves, these guys are actually not too tough, but they are flying enemies, so a lot of people have trouble with flying enemies. I understand that and I appreciate that. If you have a good enough build, it shouldn't be too big of an issue for you. But one thing I would always recommend is obviously the chuck. I love this gun, and I think that this gun is just great in almost every situation. The Wombo Combo is another weapon that I highly recommend for these bosses, but these bosses drop the Wombo Combo, so that's probably not the most helpful advice I could give you. Ultimately, at the end of the day, whatever you got that's going to be good versus flying enemies, anything that homes in on them is going to be great, so you don't have to aim at them all the time, or anything with a high fire rate so you can constantly be putting shots downstream on them would be great as well. In terms of what these guys drop, the Gruntubulus Vork, the one that I'm shooting right here, Gruntubulus Vork, he's the main guy, man. He's the one that drops us the Wombo Combo, and he's the one that dropped me this guy right here, the shiny Wombo Combo. So if you're looking for the shiny Wombo Combo, I highly recommend it. The Wombo Combo is just a great overall weapon, and getting that is one of my shinies that I wasn't even trying to get a shiny version at the time. It just kind of happily worked out for me. But yeah, this is the place to go. Now these guys are also great for purple enhancements. As you can see, we got a bunch of enhancements, a bunch of purple weapons, fair bit of blues, and obviously you need your white and your green items when you're on Ultimate 5. Again, if you want to do the jump out of this arena, this is a good way to like reset this fight too. Jump out like that with the vehicle is the easiest way. So make sure after every fight you refill your ammo, and I do recommend clearing out this village just so they're not obnoxious to you every time you want to do this fight. And then you just hit your respawn here and then you get your loot. All right, up first is the spinning blade. Now this is a Jacobs manufactured knife that looks amazing but has a gimmick that I'm not real sold on personally. As you can see, the stats on this one has a cooldown of 8 seconds, damage is 8,017, which is pretty decent, has 0 radius because it's a throwing knife, and it has a singular charge. Gold text says juggler, catch the rebound to refund 1 grenade charge. You'll see that in action here in a moment. This one has the suppressor augment, so the damage dealt by impacted target is reduced, so hit an enemy, they do less damage to you for a whopping 3 seconds. The other rolls on this are lethal, so grenade damage is increased by 41%, grenade projectile speed is reduced by half. Red text says I'll take that. So let's use this thing and show you why I think that the throwing knives need a buff in general. So we got to catch our rebound now. Got it. Now I get another charge. And I missed. All right, let's try to hit another throwing knife here. All right, boom. Catch the rebound. Got it. All right. Had to jump for it, but I caught it. And then I missed my throw from 1 foot away. All right, we got another throwing knife. Hit it. I didn't catch the rebound. It fell a little short of me. I thought I was going to catch that, but it was a little bit short. Okay. All right, got another one. Rebound went off to the side, but I caught it. Now we have another one to throw. Caught it. Got it. No, I didn't. I jumped over it. So as you can see, the gimmick on this thing is obnoxious. It is not that much fun to use in general. And sometimes you can jump and the rebound goes over your head. So that's fun. Other times it lands, you know, underneath of you when you jump to try and catch it. I don't know, man. If they want to leave that gimmick intact, fine. But, you know, it's going to need more charges. It's going to need better damage. It's going to need that freaking throw speed to be increased. There's so much that needs to be done on that grenade mod that it just is not worth using. It's outpaced by every purple variant that you've ever found. And yeah, it's not good. I wish that it were better, but it's not. Probably just don't use this thing. That's my take on this one, but it looks cool, so that's good. You know, you got that going for you. Up next is the Wombo Combo, and that's right, I've got the shiny Wombo Combo. This thing looks amazing with the shiny skin on it. The DPS on this one, 3060. It doesn't sound like a whole lot, but you got to trust this thing. And same with its base damage of 443. You see that at level 50, you think, oh god, this has got to be way worse than this blue random one that I found on the ground earlier. No, this thing rules, and you'll see that. The accuracy is 80%, reload time 5.5 seconds, fire rate 13.2 shots per second, and shots to overheat, because mine rolled with a COV perk, is 80 shots before it overheats. I got this one in shock, but it's a Vlad-off weapon, so it can come in every element or be non-elemental as well. Gold text says rip rockets. Rockets automatically fire from the underbarrel. You don't have to swap back and forth between an underbarrel attachment. It automatically shoots the rip rockets, and they're very, very strong. Red text says, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I think they're trying to figure out where somebody's at. So let's use this bad boy, show you what this thing's all about. So this is another one of those ones, kind of like the soul render in Borderlands 3, where I don't have to worry too much about being extremely accurate. As long as I'm in the ballpark of enemies, this thing's gonna handle the rest with those Ripper rockets. Yeah, you can see this thing just straight melts, and I'm gonna use this crappy throwing knife on these guys too, because why not? Since you know that's not going to do any extra damage for me, I might as well. Obviously, if you are accurate, it's definitely more powerful, because you're going to put a lot of shots downstream really quickly with this being a Vlad-off and all. But in the hands of my Harlow, this thing is an absolute beast. It's not the most powerful thing in the world on my Rafa, but the indirect damage that I get out of Rafa is really good for the actual rip rockets that this thing is shooting out. So very strong weapon, very good overall. This is actually one of the best weapons you can use versus vile enemies. It's going to take care of like popping off their crystals, and also it's going to take care of busting up the crystals as they float around their heads, so you don't have to like track those down and shoot those as well. The Wombo Combo handles that beautifully. So great overall gun. Definitely highly recommend the Wombo Combo. If you haven't already used this thing, do yourself a favor, get one soon, because this thing is godly. Now, in terms of like the loot pool for these bosses, I don't know what the deal is, but they only drop 2 items. A lot of the Ripper drill site enemies drop multiple items, but not these guys for whatever reason. So I don't know if that's a coding error and they're supposed to have a 3rd item in their loot pool. I'm not even sure that I'm not even sure if these guys can all drop the Wombo Combo, or if it's just the Gruntabulous Vork, because I've definitely seen Vork drop it multiple times, but I think that I've also gotten the Wombo Combo from the other ones as well. So it's possible that they all drop it and I just don't understand the assignment. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, tap the bell icon for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all take care.